Wednesday afternoon up here in Jack's Beach by the pier, checking it out. Water's beautiful, guys. I just left Ponte Vedra working. The mullet there was a steady stream of mullet in the shallows in Ponte Vedra. No mullet here. I think maybe with all the noise from the pier, they're going around the pier and down the beach. But in Ponte Vedra, in inches of water, there's thousands of mullet. So if you need mullet to fish the river, one net throw in Ponte Vedra, first thing in the morning, you'd have all you need. Water's good though. Heck yeah. Yeah, they've done, for the most part, I believe the schools of Pompano have headed down south quite fast now. How far down south are you? It's good whiting water though. Fish bites. The fish bites worked really good. Yeah, the Brevard area. Awesome. You still finding a lot of sand fleas down there? Hear that, guys? The Pompano. If you want Pompano, you better get in your truck and drive. Go south. This last little cold spell really put those Pompano into a tailspin to head south. Yeah, those sand fleas are funny. When it's nice and sunny, they come up top. Yesterday in Ponte Vedra, when I was fishing, forgot my rake, of course. There were two monster schools right where I was fishing, but they were about knee deep. And yesterday with that wind, I did not feel like getting wet. My feet were already frozen, so I let them be. So I'm gonna go back there in the morning on the dead low tide, and the sand fleas are still in Ponte Vedra, guys. They're hanging on the drop off. That low tide, that little coquina shell drop off. They're all in it. Here they are working on trying to get the first set of pilings still. It's been a couple of weeks. Got to be exact. We don't need a repeat of what happened to the pier the first time. That's where it'll start to rise up. They got more pilings on. They've added a next section, and next section they add, they'll actually be out past the pier, and then they'll have to start removing all the old pilings that are on the bottom of the ocean floor. But water looks good, clear. Is it clear down south where you are? This is about 4 weeks sooner, guys. It'd be Pompano City right now. Thank you. Thanks for the report. Lake Atlantic. The waves were much bigger in Ponte Vedra because of that drop. They're about 3 to 5 foot coming in on the surf, right in there shallow, breaking real shallow. Here they're much calmer in Jack's Beach. We got a flat beach here, and all the years of dredging. No problem, Jerry. They haven't dredged Ponte Vedra since I can remember. So it's nice down there. You got a natural drop off here. Just like, for instance, the pier here. When they first opened this pier, let me show you something. There's the pier house. That's where we'd pay to go out. You got one set of pilings, 2, 3, 4. So on this 4th set of piling, when the pier first opened, this is where we started fishing. On high tide, I'd fish right here. There was a trough that ran through here, and at high tide, it was 6, 7 foot deep. And I would murder the redfish, trout, and flounder in it. Now, you got to wait till low tide. If the pier is open, wait till low tide and see the yellow, whatever that is, their yellow machine. At low tide, dead low tide, that's where the drop off is now. So all the years of dredging in Jack's Beach has changed the bottom tremendously. When this pier was open, most of the time I never made it out past where those steel pipes are on the high tide and even on the low tide. I always fish shallow, 4 foot, 3 foot. That's where I caught most of my fish. Everybody else would go out deep because They think that's where all the big fish are. But anybody who's surf fished for a long enough time, you guys know where the fish hang. They hang where the food is. So wherever the sand fleas and coquina, the donax are, the mullet, that's where all the fish hang. Where there's bait, there's fish. Anyways, hope this report helps. We'll be back tomorrow with another one. Water should be good, guys. Light winds tomorrow and Friday. I haven't looked for the weekend yet, but it should be clean water for the next several days. You have a good night.